Welcome, everybody. We are not live, but we are right here on a Wednesday. It is a Q&A Wednesday here in the bullpen, brought to you by Bet Rivers. Usually we do the new Q&A podcast on Mondays, but I was dealing with some stuff on Monday, so here we are on a Wednesday. I got great questions sent to me, I think about 10 of them, that I'm going to answer today. So we'll get into all that. I do want to talk about the Cavs win last night before we do, but send your questions my way. Even if I don't ask for it necessarily, send an email, whatever, during the week. But I will ask for them once a week specifically, but send me a question anytime you want. For now, let me tell you that the Cavs are battling for home court in the Eastern Conference. They helped themselves last night. We'll get into that in a second. And Bet Rivers is giving you a bonus bet to use on the Cavs in this stretch run. Now through March the 15th, less than 2 weeks, go to your Bet Rivers app in Ohio and use the code ATB223 to get a $10 bonus bet. The code again is ATB223. Available only in Ohio. Must be 21. Eligible players only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. There you go. So take advantage of that. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, do it today. Do it right now. Get it done. All right. Before we get to the Q&A portion of the show, nice win for the Cavaliers last night, 113-109, bouncing back from the loss in Detroit. They beat the Nets. And then they defeat the Pistons last night by 4. A little too close for comfort there at the end. The Pistons made a run. The Cavs got a little sloppy in the closing minute of the game, but they hold on in the end, even without Donovan Mitchell. 113-109 is the final. Cavs scored 50 or 64 points in the middle two quarters. The first and fourth quarter not quite as good. But this Pistons team obviously very tough. Cade Cunningham had a bad game shooting. Even with 4, he still had 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 14 assists. But he had 5 turnovers, and he only made 4 of 16 shots, including 0 for 3 from 3. And even though the Cavs starting lineup had a weird game, like Jalen Tyson, he had a good game. He had 22, 3, and 4 with 2 blocks and only 1 turnover. But Sam Merrill and James Harden combined to go 8 for 27, including 5 of 16 from 3. You know, Evan Mobley hit the big 3 late, but Allen and Mobley combined for 8 rebounds. It was a weird game. Craig Porter Jr. led the team in rebounds. He had 8 in 22 minutes. And Dennis Schroeder and Thomas Bryant were tied for second with Harden and Mobley with only 5 boards. Jared Allen it was weird. The bench played really well. Thomas Bryant gave him good minutes off the bench. Dennis Schroeder he was part of the sloppiness at the end, but he made some big baskets too. 15 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. He had a nice game, 6 of 10 from the field. And Craig Porter Jr., as I mentioned, 7 points, 8 boards, and 3 assists. So those guys were a combined plus 34 in the plus-minus. The rest of the team, not good. Jalen Tyson was the only starter with a positive plus-minus on the game yesterday. And the Cavs got beat on the boards a little bit, but and only shot 44% from the field when the Pistons shot 51. Neither team was great from 3. Neither team terrible. But the Cavs just took a lot more threes in the end. They took double the threes almost. And they took more shots, even though they got out-rebounded. And so the Cavs find a way to get it done, 39-24, 21-11 at home. Cavs in 4th place, picked up a game on the Pistons. They are a game and a half back of the Knicks. The Knicks had a nice win against, well, not last night, but the Knicks beat the Spurs recently. They beat the Raptors yesterday. So they're playing well. We've talked about the Celtics and how well they're playing. So the Cavs, game and a half back of the Knicks for the 3 spot, 2 in the loss column, 3 back of Boston, 4 in the loss column. So it's going to be tough. Boston's only 4.5, but 5 in the loss column behind Detroit. Cavs 3 up on Toronto, but only 2 in the loss column. I think the most likely scenario is the Cavs end up in that 4 seed playing who they play. Could be anybody. Could be Toronto, could be Philly, could be Miami, could be Orlando. I mean, even Charlotte and Atlanta are only 2.5 games out of the 5 seed, and both are playing well. So right now, Milwaukee's not even in the playoffs, not even in the play-in. So anyway, good. So it was a good win. They grinded it out and got the job done in the end. All right, let's get to the Q&A portion. That's what we're here for today, so let's get to it. Let's start with the first one of the day. That's from Eddie Everhart, my man Eddie. We love Eddie. Eddie says, what is an unpopular opinion you have about food? Also, what popular food do you think would be better with the addition or subtraction of one ingredient? That was a really, the second part was a tough one. I got an answer, but it's not like here we go. First of all, here's two unpopular opinions I have about food. Number one, I hate peanut butter. I actually got three. Number one, I hate peanut butter. I know everybody loves peanut butter, and I'll eat peanuts. That's not my favorite, but I'll eat them. There's something about peanut butter that grosses me out. The consistency is disgusting. If I touch it, I can't get the smell off my hands. It grosses me out. I know that's weird, but it does. Number two, I don't eat syrup. You give me pancakes, you give me waffles, I'm not eating syrup. By the way, I'm not eating anything right now. I'm having my surgery in 15 days. I'm on this super strict diet, which I've been following. I've lost 15 pounds in 5 days because I'm basically eating almost nothing, mostly protein drinks. This is a little Crystal Light. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, so I hate syrup. I eat waffles and pancakes when I have them with butter, no syrup. And finally, something I love that I don't know if anybody outside of my family has ever had. Most people like a bagel with cream cheese or a bagel with cream cheese and lox. That's the standard, right? But what I love, and I love a bagel with cream cheese, and I love a bagel with cream cheese and lox too. But what I love is a bagel with cream cheese and sardines. Yes, I take a can of sardines, I mash them up, and I put them on top of the cream cheese. You got to get them with oil. You want the sardines with oil. Get the oil on top on a everything bagel. Oh, I'm making myself hungry right now, and I can't eat any of that. But I'm telling you, I know it sounds gross. Give it a try. You will love it. Now, what's the other part of that question was, what popular food do you think would be better with the addition or subtraction of one ingredient? Now, I was trying to think of something that's like unheard of, and I couldn't think of something that would be perfect, but here's something that you see sometimes, but it's not a common thing. I love a cheeseburger with an egg on it. To me, that is fantastic. I don't know how common that is. Maybe you think, well, that's pretty common anyway. I don't know, but especially if you do it with like an over easy egg, so then you start eating it and the juice drips all over. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. Most places will give you a fried egg. They don't do the over easy, but I love that. All right. I love this question from CLE Rocks 182. All out brawl, or it says, or Cleveland Kevin, if you will. He says, all out brawl battle royale between the panelists of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Me, Jay, G, Dustin, Jason, Earl, Mike, Zach, Tyvis. Only weapons are the stuff on the set. Who is walking out victorious? Which one of the beat reporter guests is covering the brawl? This is a great question. Now, I wish I could just say I'd be the winner, but I am not in great shape. Now, hopefully a year from now, I'll be in much better shape. But I wouldn't be easy to get out of the ring because I'm the heaviest guy of the group, right? Yeah, definitely. G. Bush doesn't weigh as much as I do. So the guys would have to team up on me to get me out because I don't think anybody could get me out by themselves. I really believe that. I know Dustin and Tyvis are in fairly good shape. Mike's in good shape. Jay, especially for his age, is in great shape. But they'd have to team up on me to get me out, and they may not be worried about me early, so I might last in this thing longer than expected because guys like, Bull's not going to win. Don't worry about him right now. Let's get some of the tougher competitors. Now, G is in the same boat as me. Now, he's younger, 10 years younger. He's in better shape than I am. He's probably stronger than I am. But he's got some major physical problems, even that I don't have to deal with because of the football. He's got neck issues and back issues. So, and he's lighter than I am. Even though he's stronger, I think he can be taken out. I think G's going to be out fairly early. I think people will be more worried about him than me, and so they'll team up on him early. Now, man, this is tough. I'm going to say in the end, now Mike is in the best shape of anybody of this group. But he weighs like $150. He's in good shape, but is he strong enough? No. Eventually he's going to get thrown out. Jason's getting the hell out of there. He don't even care. He might like step out of the ring on purpose. So now we're down to Zach, Tyvis, me, Jay, and Dustin. Oh, and Earl. All right. So Earl and Tyvis, well, Earl especially has the street smarts. Earl's not a big dude, but he looks like he's in fairly decent shape compared to most of us. But even though he's not a big guy, he has that street, experience, if you will. Now, I have it too, but that's much longer ago. And his streets are tougher than mine. So I think Earl's going to hang in there. I think Zach's going to get knocked out. He's gone. We've knocked him out. Eventually, Jay, even in good shape, is going to get worn down. And I think, I think Tyvis knocks him out. So now we're down to me, Tyvis, Earl, and Dustin. That's what I got and Mike is the final. Mike's gone. That's the final four. Now, at that point, I think the wise move for the three of them would be to triple team me, and then I'm gone. I think that would happen at that point. So now we come down to Earl and Tyvis. This is tough. Dustin's in very good shape, but again, he's very light right now. Tyvis has got about 70 pounds on him, maybe 60. So I think in the end, Tyvis over Earl for the championship. I got Tyvis 1, Earl 2, Dustin 3, me 4, Jay 5, Zach 6, G Bush 7, and Jason 8, because Jason's going to just step out of the ring. Which of the beat reporter guests is covering the brawl? Who would be good for that? Aditi. Got to be Aditi covering the brawl. Aditi Kinkabwala. There you go. All right. Next. We've got Chris, CL3 Guards fan. If you were the manager of the Guardians, what would be your opening day lineup? Give us a left-handed lineup and a right-handed lineup. Okay, I love this question because this allows me to do what I would do. Now, if I'm the manager of the Guardians, I can't take players from out of the organization because I'm not the GM. But to me, Travis Pizzana is going to make the team. Now, we'll have to see how he does by the end of spring training. Obviously, he's playing in the WBC with Australia. But this would be my starting lineup. Against righties, I would bat Stephen Kwan 1. George, let me just think about this for a second. Oh, yeah. George Valera 2. Jose Ramirez 3. Kyle Manzardo 4. Reese Hoskins 5. Chase DeLauder 6. No. Chase DeLauder 5. Reese Hoskins 6. Travis Pizzana 7th. Bo Naylor 8th. And Brian Rocchio 9th. That's against the right-handed pitcher. Against the left-handed pitcher, I would still have Quan leading off. I would bat. Now, who bats second against the lefty? I give you a surprise guy who's going to bat second against the lefty. David Fry. I'm going to have him catch against lefties. Forget this Austin Hedges nonsense. I'm going to have my man David Fry catch against lefties. He can catch this year. He's going to bat second against lefties. Ramirez is going to hit third. I'm going to bat Rhys Hoskins fourth against lefties. Then Kyle Manzardo. Let me just think about the lineup for a second. I got Manzardo, I got DeLauder, I got Bazzana. I got to think about it. Who I'm hitting fifth. Got so many lefties. I'm not going to start. There's nobody. I want to start the same guys every day. So I'm going to just bat. I had Hoskins fourth. I'm going to go Manzardo fifth, keep DeLauder sixth. I'm not switching it up. I'm just going to put Valera lower in the lineup. I'm going to keep Bazzana 7. I'm going to put Valera 8 against lefties and Rocchio still 9. So that's it. So it's basically Quan is hitting 1. Ramirez is hitting 3. DeLauder's hitting 6. Bazzana's hitting 7, and Rocchio's hitting 9. Against righties, I got Valera in the 2 spot, Manzardo 4, Hoskins 5. I'm sorry, I had Hoskins 6, DeLauder 5, and Bo Naylor 8. And against lefties, Valera drops to the 8 spot. I put Fry in the 2 spot. I move up Hoskins to 4 and drop Manzardo 1 spot each. Manzardo and DeLauder 1 spot each to 5 and 6. Maybe even leave DeLauder in the 5 spot. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave DeLauder in the 5 spot either way. Against lefties, I'm going to have Manzardo 6 and Hoskins 4. Against righties, I'm going to have Manzardo 4 and Hoskins 6. I think there's a lot of potential in that lineup. You know, obviously I don't love the shortstop with Rocchio, but he's batting 9th. You know, Naylor only playing against right-handed pitching. And then you get Fry's bat, which is, you know, hopefully be a decent bat again against lefties. And then, so there you go. That's my Guardians lineup. It says opening day, but that would be my standard lineup, so I'm not making too many switches week to week. Caleb Sharp says, Bull, how thoughts on Skubal only pitching a couple of innings in the WBC? I got no problem with that. This guy's about to be a free agent. He's going to make zillions of dollars. The American team has lots of good pitching. Even though he's the best, they'll be fine. Matthew Boyd, who's been as good as any pitcher in baseball the last year and a half, can't even start because they got so many good pitchers. So that's fine. William Flora says trading for a right tackle with 2 tackles already under contract. He's talking about the trade the Browns made yesterday. Does that mean somebody's moving to guard? Who are these 2 right tackles? DeJuan Jones, they cannot rely on him. The guy can't stay healthy. So no, DeJuan Jones is not moving positions. They're not counting on him to be a starter. They cannot. They have to assume he's a backup. You have to treat him as a backup. If guys get hurt, he might end up playing. We'll see. I don't know who else your other right tackle is. The Oscar Go says Sinners or One Battle After Another. This is a tough question. But I would go Sinners. I loved both movies. They both are deserve to be top 10 movies this year. I would take Sinners over One Battle After Another, just because One Battle After it was so good. I thought the beginning was a little, I don't know. The intensity of One Battle After Another was pretty amazing, especially after the first 30 minutes. Like the tension as the police are coming after Leonardo DiCaprio's character. And then, I don't know, it was really good. But Sinners, top beginning to end, was fantastic. You had the bizarre, singing situation, which was kind of out of left field. It was a mix of horror and period piece and drama and action. Both are great movies. Two of my favorite movies of the year, but I would lean towards Sinners. Did I get all the questions? I feel like I left out a few. Hold on here. Okay. Sinner, thoughts on Scooble. Oh, yeah, we have more. All right, my bad. This is from, who's this? A Nikon PTO Bro. I'm sorry if I screwed up your name. He had two questions. One, is Pizzeria Delorio still your number one Cleveland pizzeria? It is. I haven't been there in a while because obviously I live about 40 minutes away. But of all the pizzerias that I've tried in Northeast Ohio, in the, let's see, it'll be 15 years I'm living here come August, Pizzeria Delorio is the best. There's other really good places. The pizza here is way better than I would have expected moving from New York. There is a lot of good pizza. Obviously, Il Rione and Forno out in Avon, Il Rione on East 50 or West 55th. Sweet Basil in Westlake is still one of my favorites. Pizza 216 downtown is still solid. Murata's on the east side is good. I'm forgetting some other place. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. There's a place in Fairview Park. The name is escaping me. I got to look it up. I don't want to leave out anybody I want to give a shout out to. Oh, Sauced, right. Sauced wood-fired pizza in Fairview Park is really good. Really good. But Pizzeria Delorio is the best, in my opinion. Delorio. And then he also asks, his other question was, Adam, do you go to any Cavs games? What do you think of NBA games constantly playing music? I haven't been to a Cavs game in a couple of years. When I first moved to the area, I went to games way more often. Since COVID, I rarely go. Not because at this point, not because of that or anything. Just I'm married, I'm older. It's I have kids. I have a kid who's 12 years old. I'm much busier in my off hours, so I don't go as often. The music at NBA games is terrible. But it's not for me. It's for a younger audience, and so I hate it. But they shouldn't change it for me. But that factors in. Let's see. Let's Go Cavs says, which Sopranos character do you relate to the most personally? I got to go with Hesh. Hesh was like the Jewish gangster on the show. Because even though I'm not a gangster myself, I love that world. I feel like I could be I feel like I could be an actor on The Sopranos. And I kind of, think of myself as a Jewish gangster, which is ridiculous because I'm not, but that's kind of who I am. So I'll go with Hesh, even though he was a lot older than me. He's a good character. Like him. Although he's a music producer too, and that obviously is not me, but I'll go with Hesh. And finally, Nelson says, Cy Young and MVP predictions for 2026. Also, a player no one's paying attention to that could have a breakout season. All right. So I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget it. My MVPs in the American League, I'm going with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I know Toronto went to the World Series again. They probably won't go back again this year, even though they certainly might. But Vlad's going to have a magnificent regular season. He's the MVP. In the NL, I wanted to pick somebody that's not obvious, but Ohtani's going to pitch this year. I just don't see how he could lose, so I'm going with Ohtani. I got some down the board candidates for you for Cy Young. I'm going to take Framber Valdez in the American League. I actually think Tarek Skubal is going to struggle a little bit with the pressure of that contract building. A little bit. I think he'll still be really good, but I think Framber Valdez is going to be amazing for Detroit. And in the NL, I'll give you a surprise candidate for a team that I hate. Freddie Peralta for the Mets. I think he has a big year. Always like that guy. He'll get more recognition playing for the Mets. He'll be their ace. And my two breakout candidates, one I've already mentioned before, for the Guardians, Joey Cantillo. He's going to have a monster season for the Guardians. I think he could end up, I'm not going to say get Cy Young votes. That's going a little too far, but he's going to have a borderline all-star season, I think. And this guy's way off the radar. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if not a single member of our audience has heard of this guy. Abner Uribe of the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers, everybody writes them off, not me, even though I'm a Cubs fan, even though I think the Cubs by far have the best team in the NL Central. I'm not counting the Brewers out of the Central. They always find a way. They always find new guys. Abner Uribe, keep an eye on this guy. He's in their bullpen. He's not going to be their closer right away, but I think eventually he will be. He has got nasty stuff, and he's going to be like a Cade Smith type of guy for them. And that's my breakout guy with Abner Uribe. All right, awesome questions today, folks. I really appreciate it. Next week we'll do this on Monday. I'll be back doing this on Monday. So thanks everybody for joining and watching and listening today. Thanks to Levi and Ernie for producing today. And again, always send your questions to me at Twitter. You see my Twitter handle right there at Adam the Bull, or you can email me too. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here, the Bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.